What's good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason. We are back here for another one. And you hear that? Listen, it's real silent with the Tua haters today and the Tua doubters today, ain't it? Because that boy went out and he balled his ass off today. Tua out here making it happen, popping off. Love every single minute of it. I'm here for it. What else can I say? I'm here for it. Absolutely so impressed by Tua Tagovailoa today. And I mean, hey, I went to war with people on Twitter. I made a bet with Jeremy Clump. People tried to get likes off me. People tried to shoot down what I was saying. I'm sure looking right about that boy Albert Wilson right now, aren't I? That boy Albert Wilson, if he gonna be staying healthy, he gonna be putting numbers on the board, ain't he? He gonna be putting numbers on the board, baby. And you go back all the way to last offseason, me and EM were crushed when Wilson opted out. And I cited my reasoning for Albert Wilson was the ideal target Tua was dealing with over in Alabama. Fast, high aptitude, great route runner, yak machine. And that boy Albert Wilson is putting on a display. Love every single minute of it. Clump, wherever you're at, I take a size XL. If you love me, make it a vapor. But I want that aqua throwback, baby. Nothing less. Because if that boy stays healthy this year, Albert Wilson is hitting 800. You cannot tell me any differently. And sorry, Lynn Bowden, I love you. I think in 2 years you'll be developing something. But right now, Albert Wilson got you beat, and he's ahead of you right now. So, absolutely loving what I'm seeing from training camp today. Raekwon Davis was apparently absolutely unstoppable today. We'll get into all that. Just a lot of good stuff came from camp today, and something you will hear only here on Phinside the NFL, only from Reason. Apparently, Tua Tagovailoa, before he's been going out to practice this year, he's been throwing around the plyo balls, which are weighted balls, to get himself loosened up. And, he's told someone close to him that that's really helped with him uncorking the football in the first couple of days of camp. So Tua putting in that extra work before he hits the field. Gotta love it. Gotta absolutely love it. And in case you didn't know, Xavien Howard, he walked off the field today at one point. I was hit up last night, and I was told by someone that, don't be surprised if a nagging injury pops up. And, people have seen what I'm talking about directly, et cetera, et cetera. And lo and behold, Xavien Howard is out here saying, oh, and he walked off the field, and he actually didn't participate very much today. Now, on some other inside info you'll only hear from me, Will Fuller, he walked off the field for a little bit today. What I'm told privately was that he only tweaked something. It's a minor tweak. Fuller will not be, he'll be fine, was the exact quote I was told. Jakeem Grant walked off injured today. Obviously, Devontae Parker and Preston Williams are on that PUP list. So thank God we got 13 receivers in that room right now. Kirk Merritt continues to absolutely put on a show with Reed Sinnett, wanted to claw and climb his way up that depth chart. So shout out to the boy Kirk Merritt, because y'all know how it is over here. I love me some Captain Kirk, baby. So shout out to Kirk Merritt. Man, if that guy can sneak in, if they keep 7 or whatever the number may be, I would absolutely be ecstatic. Freak athlete, and just, you can't teach the tools that guy has at his disposal. So let's get into everything today. We're going to go over, as usual, the Palm Beach Post, the Miami Herald, the Sun Sentinel, until I have a paid subscription for the Athletic. So until the Athletic gets their ish together and someone replaces Josh Tolentino, there's nothing really to report from the Athletic. So we'll go over that. Then I've got almost every single clip that came out from practice today We got all of that. I'll show each and every one of you those clips. We'll go over that, and then I'll open it up to you guys for a little bit today. And yeah, and one thing I wanted to notice, some of you might have noticed that a lot of the players today were wearing special padded helmets on top of their normal helmet. Now, just to give you guys an idea of what that is, the added padding you've seen on some of the offensive linemen, defensive linemen, they add about only 0.6 ounces of weight, and they actually have around a 10% concussion rate reduction. And that was according to what Zach Seiler said earlier when he was asked about it. So if you see that padding on their helmets on the outside, know that brings down the concussion rate about 10%, reduces the chance of concussion by 10%, and it only adds minimal weight under an ounce, only about 0.6 ounces. So you'll see some, because you'll see them in some of the clips, and I'm getting ahead of them already because I know some of you guys are going to ask. Let's see if the comment is here still. Shout out to Rhino Sith. I know he donated $2. I know the comments have been flooding in. I want to make sure to see. There it is. He says Tua, Waddle, Wilson time. It's about that time, baby. It is about that time. Philip LeDuc, any insight on Noah? Any inside info on his plays? Noah had a few pass breakups today. Noah's been, only a couple things I've heard about him, but he's been playing well. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, he had a couple pass breakups today too, and he had a couple yesterday, if I remember correctly. So I think he had one on Brissett today. So there you go. Noah Benogany, he's getting a lot of reps with both Byron Jones and Xavien Howard on the sideline for the majority of it. So all right, let's get into everything today. Let's start getting into it, baby. So we'll start off with the Miami Herald, the Barry Jackson article, as well as a Armando Salguero's report of the day. Let's hop right into this stuff, baby. No hesitation. So Barry Jackson dropped an article, and he said, Dolphins first round picks flashing. Waddle catches TD. Phillips adjusts to new position. There are snapshots, brief moments during a training camp practice that offer glimpses of the tantalizing skill set of these two Dolphin first round rookies who were both named after NBA player Jalen Rose, albeit with different spellings. But Jaylen Waddle, Thursday's highlights were how he contorted his body to rise up to catch a high pass from Tua Tagovailoa, plus a short touchdown reception from Tagovailoa and goal line drills. Now, I don't know if he says it here, but when he made that catch and contorted his body, apparently he did come down and was walking with a slight limp for a little bit after he made that catch. Just FYI, something for you guys to monitor. For Jaelan Phillips, the moment that was how he steamrolled past fellow rookie Liam Eichenberg to get pressure on Tagovailoa, then generating a strong pass rush on another play. See, I told you guys, what did I have been telling you about Liam Eichenberg? And the pads aren't even on yet. Eichenberg, as technically sound as he is, arms aside, shorter arms aside, T-Rex arms aside, he's going to have problem with the more athletic, bendy guys around the arc that have some speed to them. And that's exactly what happened with Jaelan Phillips. A few days into their first training camp, Waddle and Phillips looked the part. There isn't perfection. Waddle dropped a pass Thursday, but there are signs that they should be immediate assets, which is the expectation for players drafted 6th overall and 18th. Do you guys remember? I know Pepperidge Farms remembers a time I was trying to tell everyone I was arguing over Chase. I was arguing over Devontae Smith, that Waddle was the guy and the only guy I would take in the top 10 and was my wide receiver 1 on my board. I'm just saying, Reason was out in front of that one a little bit, wasn't he? For Phillips, the transition is more complicated because he's gone from playing mostly defensive end at the University of Miami to outside linebacker with the Dolphins, which isn't necessarily true. If you watch the tape, they did run a lot of 3-4. No, I mean, they ran more 4-3, but they did run quite a bit of 3-4, and they had him as a outside edge linebacker there. So that's not necessarily true. I played linebacker in high school. In my second year at UCLA, I played outside linebacker. You might have reported Thursday. It's been an adjustment getting used to it again. A lot of terminology is the same. A lot of principles are the same. It's definitely cool. The move to linebacker involves dropping into pass coverage more than he did at UM. Now, I did show you some reps where he dropped it in pass coverage if you go back to my Jalen Phillips, but he really didn't do it that very often. He says, I love moving around. I love running. He said, I'm pretty good at being fluid and moving my hips around. It's something I'm working on. It's not new to me, but something I haven't done in a long time. It's exciting. Phillips' father helped him move his belongings from South Florida back to Southern California before the draft, only to turn around and send everything back when the Dolphins drafted him. I can't help but be happy sitting in the meeting room and seeing Hard Rock in the background. He said, it literally blows my mind to this day. I got a house, I got a cat, I got my girlfriend. I spent a lot more time up north in Hollywood where he lives. I like it a lot up here. It's a lot more open, easier to get around. Teammates asking for restaurant ideas. They call me Mr. 305. Phillips and veteran receiver Alan Hearns are the only former Hurricanes on the Dolphins roster. ESPN's Louis Riddick called Phillips the most polished pass rusher in the draft. He can beat you with power, beat you with speed, beat you off the edge. So he is trying to learn new moves. You're always trying to perfect what you have in the arsenal, but also trying to learn new things, said Phillips, who describes himself as a fanatic and has studied tape of former Giants great Lawrence Taylor. Oh, boy, I'm salivating. He said, I'm talking to old guys, trying to trail Emmanuel Ogbah, get as much advice as I can and watch them as much as I can because I know how good they are. A popular topic on NFL Network pre-draft programs was whether Phillips or former defensive end Greg Russo would have more sacks as a rookie. I mean, it's not even going to be close. Greg Russo's going to be a bust, mark my words. But Phillips said he hasn't discussed that with Russo, who was selected 30th by Buffalo, nor will he. I mean, how confident were Buffalo and Russo when they turned around and took Carlos Basham not too long after? Okay. I'm more concerned about beating them. That's more bragging rights, Phillips said. That'll be fun. He said he keeps in touch with Canes players Nesta Silvera and Bubba Bolden. They're always texting me, what is it like? How is it different? I tell them they have to wait until they get here. As for Waddle, there have been plenty of early opportunities, especially with Devontae Parker, Will Fuller, and Preston Williams out with injuries. He said his chemistry with Tagovailoa established at Alabama is great, and he's totally recovered from last October's fractured ankle sustained against Tennessee. He said, I'm feeling good. Remember, they had media availability today. That's why I'm seeing these quotes. Practicing, getting all my reps in, he said. He appreciates the mentoring received from several veteran receivers, particularly Mac Hollins and Albert Wilson. Mac always quizzes me on installs. He has made a point to study tape of a bunch of NFL receivers, including Tyreek Hill, the player with whom is most often compared to him. He said, I watched Tyreek a lot. He's a great player. Everyone knows that. As expected, the Dolphins are giving Waddle, an elite return at Alabama, every chance to win that job against Jakeem Grant. Apparently, he picked up a pooch punt today out of the ground and looked really good. Grant, who had the NFL's third highest punt return average last season. If he earns the right to be out there on kickoff and punt return, and he has pretty good guys to beat out, we all know that he will be out there. Brian Flores said, we are all going to play our best players. In the meantime, many will be watching which receiver from the top 10 of this 2021 draft turns into the best pro. Waddle, Devontae Smith, or Jamar Chase, who went fifth in Cincinnati. Waddle says he speaks every day with Smith and spoke to Chase a couple weeks ago. Phillips, incidentally, said he and Waddle will have a wager on the result of the Alabama game that is coming up on September 4th in Atlanta. So, I mean, Waddle's balling out. That boy Phillips is looking like an absolute beast today. Phillips had a play where him and Adam Butler both leaked through the middle. I hate to be the one that worries everyone, but Matt Skura has apparently been looking really rough, especially today. So Jalen Phillips, besides the Eichenberg beat, him and Adam Butler got up the middle on a would-be sack. He looked really good. Raekwon Davis. It was Raekwon Davis and Adam Butler that got up the middle. My bad. And they got up the middle on Skura. Apparently, Raekwon Davis was almost near damn unstoppable today. Just highlighting things that I've gushed about him. The length of his body, the power he works at, constantly keeping those legs churning and driving. I think Raekwon, I said on Twitter, I'll say it to all of you, people are sleeping. Everyone's talking about the leaps that Tua needs to take, the leaps the offensive line needs to take. I think Raekwon Davis is going to take a huge leap this year for the Miami Dolphins, and I think this is a guy who is, I pre-draft, I compared him. If you go back to our defensive tackle board show with me and EM, I compared him. I said my comparable was he reminds me of Chris Jones, who's arguably the best defensive tackle right now in Kansas City. and down to the body length, just the way everything about them is just they're identical. And we saw him in his rookie year. He was our best rookie. There's no doubt about it. Pro Football Writers of America all rookie team, impact player, got better as every game went along. I can't wait for Game Pass to come up so I can drop my film study for you guys, but that'll be coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. And I need Game Pass to hurry their asses up so I can get that out. Then the Xavien Howard 10 interception film study before the guy gets shipped out of town. So I think Raekwon Davis is going to have a huge year. I really do think Raekwon's going to have a huge year. So be out on the lookout for that. And shout out to the homie Irving for the $1.49 donation and super sticker, and then he donated $1 as well. Shout out to you, homie. Appreciate the love, man. So yeah, I mean, if you're new here, if you're just in here, we're at the 483. X walked off the field for a little portion, didn't practice. I was told last night, I was given a heads up that something like that might happen. That's all I'm going to sit there and say about the situation. Okay. So, don't be watching. Reason, how do I become a member? Keep up the great peaker part. Okay, brother, all you got to do is look down below me right now. There's a button that says join. Go ahead, click join, and you become a member. Also, I have the Patreon. If you want to join the Patreon, patreon.com/Phinside the NFL. That'll give you mod status. So you can either join and you'll get the emojis and you get the badge by your name, or you can go hit up the Patreon. But yeah, there's either join right below me. There's a join button right next to the subscribe button. And then in the description, there's also a link to the Patreon and a direct link to join and become a YouTube channel member. Also, I got a PayPal donation, and I got to shout out the PayPal. So give me a second here. Let me pull it up before we get back into the news here. Some more in-depth news. So shout out to the homie Mems Salanoa. He says, Brad Rees, how about Tua Minotaur? Cheese. Bro, that Tua, I'm telling you, it's real quiet, man. It's real quiet. Shout out to Brandon Gibson. Thank you for joining and becoming a member. The Raekwon Davis film study, as well as the Xavien Howard interception film study, will be coming early to members and Patreons. Again, I'm just waiting on NFL Game Pass to come back up. It's down right now. So that'll be coming a day or two early to you guys. Then I'll release it to the rest of the subscribers. Okay. So that's all I'll be doing. Exclusive stuff to you guys first. All right. So let's get back into the news. Again, if you want to join the Patreon, it's in the description below. If you want to join and become a member, it's in the description below. You can also use the membership button. And shout out to Sherrod Ford. Appreciate you, homie, for becoming a member. Also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do it paypal.me/Phinside. There's the link for the Patreon, patreon.com/Phinside. And guys, patchvibes.com. Use code Phinside, 20% off the entire store. They have this great tumbler. It's absolutely fantastic. They also they just released a Ricky Williams version of what I'm about to show you, but this shirt is absolutely freaking-tastic. You see that, the Tua shirt. Absolutely beautiful, the cartoon caricature one. They just dropped a Ricky Williams one, so go show some love. In August, I'm going to be announcing the fantasy football leagues that will be first come, first serve. And if I get enough feedback, I'll open up a third league. All right, guys. So appreciate everyone for supporting, man. All right. Let's get into everything. Let's keep it rolling, baby, because I want to open it up to you guys for a little bit here. So continuing on, let's get into some more training camp reports. Again, this is Armando's training camp report. So this is We're going to have more news and notes, right? It was admittedly a little dramatic when Miami Dolphins cornerback Xavien Howard, who was in a contract dispute with the team, came out of the team's second day of practice, stretched with teammates, then left the field. And for about 15 minutes, it was a scramble to find out what happened. No, he wasn't leaving as a part of a planned walkout. No, it wasn't that he suddenly was traded. He's got a minor unidentified injury he's dealing with. Guys, I was told this about 10:50 last night, that I was warned about this, basically. I'm just going to put it that way, all right? If you follow me on Twitter, you saw what I'm talking about. So, crisis avertus. Howard, if you aren't aware, is seeking an adjustment to his current contract so he can increase his 2021 salary. Remember, the things that Howard wants right now, he either wants $4 million, move from 2024 up to 2021, or he wants his 2022 salary fully guaranteed. Not unreasonable. There's been no progress on the front per source, and Coach Brian Flores early Thursday morning declined to say definitively that Howard would be on the team at the start of the regular season. Anyway, the team's best defensive player leaving practice presented the Dolphins with an opportunity. It was a chance to see what life without Xavien Howard would be like. And it's like Noah Benogany would have to step up, or Nick Needham would have to step up, or Justin Coleman would have to step up. If Howard gets a step, and a lot of remaining Dolphin defensive backs would have to step up. It makes sense Benogany would be the so-called next man up. He was, after all, a first-round pick last season. And he was the cornerback the team turned to as a starter when Byron Jones was injured last year. So how did Igbenogany look on Thursday, the team's second day of practice? Well, he wasn't challenged a ton, which is a statement on co-offensive coordinators Eric Studesville and George Godsey. In the real season, a starting corner is down, you go after his backup. The Dolphins offense didn't do that Thursday. Obviously, they had a script for practice and stuck to it, regardless of the personnel. Igbenogany wasn't picked on in any way, so no significant opportunities. But Igbenogany did have a red zone drill touchdown to Mac Hollins on a 12-yard pass from Tua Tagovailoa. So he gave up a touchdown, guys. He was also beaten on a slant by Albert Wilson and a deep in cut by Jaylen Waddle, but Tua Tagovailoa overthrew the pass to Wilson and threw behind Waddle for incompletions. Nick Needham wasn't as fortunate when Isaiah Ford got behind him and a safety, and backup Jacoby Brissett connected on a 50-yard bomb. Needham otherwise was not active in a big play sense for the defense or against the offense. And yes, it's one practice. It's controlled. But watching Miami's younger corners makes it obvious that while a trade of a disgruntled player who is asked out might be something to consider, there could be consequences. One such consequence is clearly that Miami's secondary would offer opponents a huge weakness to exploit until or unless somebody such as Igbenogany suddenly grows into the role. McKinney struggles in coverage. Guys, if you didn't see the highlight, I'm going to show it, of the Albert Wilson touchdown bomb today. That was on McKinney and Javon Holland. The Dolphins adjusted linebacker Bernard McKinney's contract just prior to training camp, effectively cutting his salary by $4.75 million this year in exchange for lopping the final 2 years off the deal. So McKinney is now on a one-year deal. And Thursday's practice showed McKinney might be mostly a run-down linebacker because he got picked on in coverage. Myles Gaskin beat McKinney on a wheel route out of the backfield for a long gain down the right sideline. And Salvon Ahmed went straight up the left side. Oh, sorry. It was on the Salvon Ahmed one. And Salvon Ahmed went straight up the left sideline for a 50-yard pass completion over McKinney. That's the one. He beat McKinney and Holland on that. My bad. McKinney again found himself chasing Gaskin in a red zone situation when the running back scored on a 12-yard reception. McKinney struggled to keep up with either running back. Tagovailoa, by the way, completed all three big passing plays. Another explosive play from Wilson. Albert Wilson, who had the biggest play of the day on the first day of training camp when he caught a 65-yard touchdown from Tua Tagovailoa, came back with another explosive catch on Thursday. He drifted all the way across the field, left to right, caught a 60-yard touchdown pass from Tagovailoa after he got behind Byron Jones. It's unclear if Jones was chasing because he had man coverage or because no one picked up Wilson once he left the zone. Jones was responsible for it. It seemed like it was Jones's man. The point is Wilson, who opted out of the 2020 season, has gotten off to a very promising start this training camp. When I'm right, baby. The point is, Dolphins coach Brian Flores said before Thursday's work that Wilson had a good practice and a solid practice on Wednesday, but there are details such as alignment that he needs to clean up. Still, explosive plays were Wilson's signature when he was fully healthy early in 2016. And he seems to be doing that the first 2 days of training camp. Linebacker Jalen Phillips continues to make strides towards a starting role with the Dolphins based on the first 2 days of practice. Flores said he wants his best players on special teams, and so it's no surprise that first-round pick Jaylen Waddle is getting a lot of special teams work as a returner. Backup Jacoby Brissett, who had a good day on Wednesday, followed up with another solid performance against the number 2 defense on Thursday. None of the players who missed practice Wednesday returned on Thursday. Xavien Howard and Will Fuller, who practiced on Wednesday, did not practice on Thursday. So there you go. There's your update from Armando. It's an absolutely beautiful thing, baby. I'm telling you, this is going to be a fantastic year for this offense as long as everyone stays healthy, man. I'm telling you, I can't wait, man. I'm so excited. All right, so moving over to the Palm Beach Post. So here's your practice report. The Dolphins are practicing Thursday at their facility. Here are some notes from practice open to the media. Will Fuller is dealing with an injury. Like I told you earlier, you're only going to hear it here from Reason. I've talked to someone close to Will Fuller, and it's a slight tweak, and he'll be fine, is what I was told. Fuller was not spotted at practice. Miami also has injuries to Devontae Parker and Preston Williams, who are not practicing. Everyone else expected to participate was present. Xavien Howard was the only player not wearing a helmet during the stretch. He left the field just before practice began and returned to the sideline about an hour into practice. Byron Jones did push-ups after not completing a deep interception off a Tua Tagovailoa pass. Byron, you're earning that money, baby. Nick Needham had a nice pass breakup on Jacoby Brissett pass. Needham always seems to stand out in the spring and summer. And what JoeyShotz clarified that, what he means by that is that he always rises to the occasion when they need him to in the spring and the summer. Michael Dieter had a high snap to Tua Tagovailoa, not good. Jacoby Brissett fired a laser over the middle to Lynn Bowden. Jacoby completed a deep bomb to Isaiah Ford. Raekwon Davis and Jalen Phillips created some pressure. Tagovailoa had red zone touchdown passes to Mac Hollins and Jalen Phillips. Albert Wilson continues to make plays out there. He looks good. Remember, guys, the homie Tua Tagovailoa did not throw an interception today. So that's fantastic stuff. Cleaning it up already, and he's obviously taking deep shots. I think he threw 4 or 5 touchdowns today. I think he threw 3 in the red zone, and then the one to Salvin Ahmed and the one to Albert Wilson. So I think he threw 5 touchdowns to 0 interceptions today. So absolutely love it, man. Absolutely loving it right now, baby. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, bro. I don't know what else to say. I mean, Tua Tagovailoa that kid is balling, baby. And it's real, real quiet. If you listen closely, not a peep coming from the haters on the homie Tua Tagovailoa. And I love every single freaking minute of it, all right? Because, everyone's quick. Everyone's quick to jump down this kid's throat when he throws a pick, but everyone's real silent when he goes out and does his thing. All I'm going to say is keep that same energy, man. Keep that same energy. All of you that I've had to battle with, all of you that try to diss my evaluation of the kid, all of you that try to say I brainwashed people, that I was wrong about this kid, keep that same energy when he's balling out for this team this year. I want you to keep that same energy. I don't want to I don't want to see y'all rocking Tua Tagovailoa jerseys and becoming Tua fans, okay? You want to spend all this energy hating on this kid, but you don't want to show love to the kid. Ridiculous, man. It's unbelievable, man. And don't worry. I know not only myself, I know there's dudes and girls in the comment section and on Twitter that be out here keeping those receipts. That they be keeping those receipts real, real hard. So don't worry. We're going to be coming for y'all. All you people that doubted, don't worry. We coming. We coming for you guys. All right. I want to read off some updates for you guys just to keep you fully informed. Instead of just scrolling through it and showing you, we'll just read them out to you guys. Okay. let's. All right. So, first throwing session against the defense, 5-on-7, results in 6 straight completions from Tua, Smythe, Waddle, Gaskin, Brown, Shaheen, Waddle again. Waddle's concentration and hands through contact were apparently unbelievable today. Noah Benogany versus Albert Wilson in a trail tech drill shows off both of their ability to snap it off at the top of the stem. Wilson quick, Igbo quick to match. So number 9's movement, Nick Benogany, really stands out. Jaylen Waddle takes a turn on the trail drill, created several yards of separation, and apparently Sutton didn't even begin to describe it. Austin Jackson had a nice seal on a backside run, opening up on team drills. Raekwon Davis was an absolute beast, and trying to get push on him was apparently really tough today. Christian Wilkins also apparently today looked really good. Waddle fielded a pooch kick on a hop as he slid into the ground. Again, people were impressed by the hands. So Jakeem Grant, before he got hurt, he catched a ball off the jugs machine and just let it rip. Dueling 7-on-7 periods. Hunter Long had a reception from Jacoby Brissett, and he played into leverage, and they used that to create separation. Byron Jones had a pretty impressive pass breakup, apparently, on a deep ball from Tua. Tua apparently was just showing off his quick release today, as he had a big throw. He quick release out to Gaskin, who got up the sideline for a big gain on that wheel route, and no one made contact with Gaskin for about just after 20 yards. Reed Sinnott continues to ball out with Kirk Merritt, as he found Kirk Merritt on a nice little double move and a throw to the honey hole. Tino Ellis made a couple of plays today in coverage on a throw that had no chance thanks to his great blanket coverage. Nick Needham shut down a seam route from Isaiah Ford today. So he's he apparently was just plastered on Ford today. So again, Sinnott hit Merritt on a fastball up the seam for a huge gain. Jerome Baker, he broke up a would-be touchdown in red zone work from Tua to Shaheen. Tua tried to hit Wilson earlier in the day, but Igbenogany had tight coverage and it was incomplete. Jared Dokes had a nice run today, and Jermaine Illuminor apparently helped by opening up a big gap. Tua found Jaylen Waddle on a comeback route, and apparently Waddle did a fantastic job of pressing his toes to the corner to force him to flip the hips, and then he broke it off down the stem. A lot of separation. Rookie Jerome Johnson, remember the Indiana UDFA we signed? He had some penetration that forces the back to bubble right after taking the handoff. So Jerome Johnson was causing problems. Brissett had a nice throw to Robert Foster with Brandon Jones in coverage, and it was an out route. Jaylen Waddle, he had that catch where he elevated, contorted, and pulled his body down because the ball was a little high and away from Tua. Isaiah Ford had another big, huge gain from Brissett on a deep shot. It was tight coverage, and Ford made the play with a man on his back and survives the ground. Apparently, it was a really impressive catch. Tua steps up through the rush and found Gesicki down the middle, who caught a nice pass and ran for about another 30 to 40 yards before someone closed down on him. Apparently, Austin Jackson looked really good today. Trill Williams had a really good play on Hearns, pinned him to the corner and gives Brissett a very small window on a fade, and it was incomplete. Good coverage by Trill Williams. Adam Butler had really good penetration on a run play in red zone drills. Jamal Perry, he drove on a speed out before the ball was thrown, and he got there before the receiver for the pass breakup, and it was intended for Ethan Carter from Jacoby Brissett. Raekwon Davis came in for what a would-be hit on the quarterback, and apparently he was a real force today. Sinnott tried to go to his most frequent target, Kirk Merritt, on a fade. Good throw, had a chance, but Terrell Bonds got his hands in there for the breakup. Jalen Phillips got in quickly and put the ball, but the ball was out before it could finish with a hit. But it was a completion from Tua to Hollins. Apparently, Austin Jackson and Phillips had a good couple battles today. Tua hit Hollins on a quick slant for a 6-yard touchdown against Igbenogany in coverage. And then that's the one where Hollins spiked the ball. We'll show you that clip too. Tua found Waddle on an under route for a touchdown. Apparently, Waddle was wide open. Brissett hit Hunter Long, but Duke Riley was there quickly to usher him out of the bounds for a short gain and red zone work. Jason Strobridge had a run stop today. Tua swung it out to Albert Wilson, who turned it up and ran all the way to pay dirt for a 62-yard touchdown. And Vince Beagle showed a nice rip move to get Sinnott for a would-be sack. Christian Wilkins had a play where he walked a guy back 5 yards into the backfield, disengaged, closed on Brissett, and he threw it over his head. But Wilkins did a good job of turning around and retracing. Adam Butler and Raekwon Davis came free up the middle, and Tua didn't attempt to throw, so it was a would-be sack. And then for the final play, big play of the day, Tua found Albert Wilson coming across the formation for a 60-yard touchdown, wide open. Ball hits him perfectly in stride. And the ball traveled about 40 yards in the air, and the other 20 were made up after the catch. So huge day for the offense and the defense, man. So I got some donations here to go through. Shout out to Raphael for becoming a member. Appreciate you. D-Hug, I hope I just answered all your questions on Noah, because I just gave you some examples of Noah. I got one more article to go over. Noah had some pass breakups, but he was also beaten for a few touchdowns today. So I got a $19.99 donation that I got to get back to. $5 from Florida-born Kentucky Crone. There's a difference in educating and brainwashing to a time, baby, all day, baby. You don't know what time it is. You already know what time it is. Shout out to Stevie TV. Donated $19.99, and he said, best Fins channel out there. Appreciate you, homie, man. Thank you for showing love. All right, let's keep rolling. Last article here, and then I'll get into the footage from today, and we'll look over that. So, training camp day 2, Albert Wilson shines, baby. And it's a good thing receiver happens to be one of the deepest positions on the Miami Dolphins roster, with Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, and Preston Williams sidelined by injuries. During the first week of training camp, many of the team's other receivers have been given an opportunity to impress. No one benefited more than Albert Wilson, who led the NFL in yards after catch in 2018 before suffering a hip injury that he struggled to come back from. Wilson, who sat out last season as a COVID-19 opt-out player, has proven he's gotten back to speed and shake and bake ability, delivering deep ball receptions in back-to-back practices. He's clearly been the team's top performer during both practice sessions. There you go, baby. It's night and day. I'm completely healthy, Wilson said. I feel like I can do everything, and that is what I plan on doing. Rookie Jaylen Waddle, the speedy receiver Miami selected with the 6th pick, also is getting plenty of saps. The Dolphins envision the former Alabama standout becoming a big play weapon in Miami's offense, and he's getting the reps to carve out that role. Wideouts Robert Foster, Allen Hurns, and Isaiah Ford also delivered big plays for Jacoby Brissett, who was signed to be Tagovailoa's backup. Ford made a number of standout catches during Thursday's practice. Good luck, though, Isaiah. You ain't making it. And one of them was a deep reception from Brissett. Ford, a 2017 7th-round pick who tends to be a typecast as a slot receiver, has shown the necessary speed to threaten safeties. Foster, a free agent addition this offseason, has been a pleasant surprise, producing a handful of impressive catches in both practices. Observations. The offense had a productive day during goal line situations, with Tagovailoa and Brissett each throwing a couple of touchdowns, but considering plays start at the 5-yard line, offensive success should be expected. Cornerback Byron Jones had a nice pass breakup on a deep throw to Albert Wilson. While trailing, Jones clearly felt he should have pulled down an interception, because this is the play that he did a series of push-ups after the play as punishment. Rookie Hunter Long, the Boston College tight ends, the Dolphins selected in the 3rd round, fumbled twice during Thursday's practice, so we hadn't heard that yet. A defender dislodged a short catch that turned into a scramble that the defense recovered during 11-11 work. Also, fellow tight end Adam Sheehan knocked the ball free from Long during a fumble drill. Long wasn't the only ball carrier who fumbled during that drill. Patrick Laird also fumbled. He can't afford that. But 2 fumbles in one practice is too many. Reed Sinnett, who spent last season on the Dolphins practice squad, is developing chemistry with Kirk Merritt, who caught a number of passes that we've talked about. Stock up. For the second straight day, Wilson was the top playmaker on offense, delivering a long touchdown reception from Tagovailoa. He also had a handful of catches that produced first downs. If Wilson keeps performing like he has the past few days, we can end the debate about whether or not he'll make the 53-man roster and start debating who he replaces as a starter. Let's go, baby. Stock down. Michael Dieter is in contention to become the team's starting center, but misplaced snaps like the one he delivered during 11-11 period Thursday, which Tagovailoa had to jump to corral and pressure up the gut like the would-be sack. So there you go. It was Dieter who allowed the would-be sack to Raekwon Davis. Certainly will open the door for Metzger and Cameron Tom to close ground on him. Injury update, Xavien Howard is battling an ankle sprain. Wow. Guys, I was told literally yesterday at 10:50 that Xavien Howard might be coming up with an ankle injury. And now it's been identified as a freaking ankle sprain. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Shout out to my sources. Y'all are beautiful people. I love each and every one of you. God damn. All right. Now more news here. Some roster moves. They signed guard Ross Reynolds today. I think he's just a camp body. He's not going to do very much. And DJ Fluker was put on the injured reserve. Now, DJ Fluker was put on the injured reserve because he had arthroscopic knee surgery, and he'll be out for 3 to 4 weeks. He'll be out for 3 to 4 weeks. So, yeah, that's not good. And just so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, for you that aren't on Twitter or whatever, I want to show you guys this. So I didn't divulge everything in this tweet because I was told not to, but I did divulge this as soon as the injury came out. This is a portion of an email that I received last night at 10:50 p.m. for you guys to see here. So there's this, you can see 10:50 p.m. July 28th, last night. X is anticipating an ankle injury might start to bother him. I was told next week and probably not heal until the preseason begins. So yeah, I'm just saying. I was given a heads up about this last night. And now that we see that he has an ankle sprain, I just want to tell my source, I love you, bro. You're fantastic. Thank you for that information. That's absolutely amazing. So, yeah, when people are out here trying to doubt my sources, that's me laughing in your face right now. All right, let's get into some of the videos. I think you just pony up the 4 million. Like, just pony up the 4 million. Like, Jesus Christ, what are we waiting for here, okay? Like, really, what are we waiting for here? So, and Clump, shout out to Clump. He got in arguments with people when he said, this guy's going to try and Jalen Ramsey us, and people didn't want to believe it. People wanted nothing to do with it. So, I mean, hey, Clump was right. My source was right. My source called it down to the freaking, like, part of the body. That's crazy. Like, down to the part of the body. Think about that. All right, let's get into it. Let's share some video. We got a lot of clips to go over, so let's get into that. And then after the clips, I'm going to open it up to each and every one of you guys, all right? So, here is a clip of the Dolphins working on the fundamentals of tackling. Noah Gbenogany there. I believe Trill Williams is rocking 51. Attaboy, Needham. Attaboy. So there you go. There's some tackling fundamentals that they've been working on. Let's keep it rolling. Here is some individual work from Jalen Phillips on the tackling machines that you can see close up here. As you can see, he's wearing that padded helmet, guys. That padded helmet weighs less than an ounce, right? And it brings the concussion rate down by 10%. So shout out to Jalen Phillips. This kid's going to be a stud, man. This kid is going to be a complete and utter stud. And I'm here for every minute of it, baby. All right, here's Raekwon Davis and Emmanuel Ogbah now getting some work in on the tackling machines. Just simple stuff, nothing too crazy. Boom. Keep those legs churning once you make contact, get off it. Beautiful stuff by those guys there. So shout out to Emmanuel Ogbah. And shout out, obviously, to the homie. I mean, how can we forget? How can we forget the homie Raekwon Davis, man? Absolutely love it. All right. Here is some technique-specific coaching from the Dolphins defensive lineman coach Austin Clark. So here we go. We'll see him working with we're showing the defense first here. Here's some defensive highlights.
Right. Deliver the fucking blow. Put your eyes in your camera. The release is when you make the play. See, look, go again. Christian, you're ready to go again. Y'all are too damn good. You got it? Too damn good.
She's working on the fundamentals, right? Coming out of the three-point stances.
Get a good base when you're in the fourth.
Working on 3-point and 4-point stances. Gotta love it, baby. Good work. Love it, man. Good work. So jealous for you that are going to be going down there and seeing this stuff firsthand. So here's Shaquem Griffin. Apparently he's been absolutely fantastic at setting the edge. Here's him working on the machine. I think this guy makes the team, man. Special teams at minimum. This guy makes the team. Good stuff. Good stuff from Shaquem Griffin, man. I really do believe this kid makes a team. There's no doubt about it in my mind, to be honest with you. All right. So we got two more defensive plays, and then we'll get into some Tua highlights. Okay. So here's Christian Wilkins out there doing his thing on the tackling machine. Good stuff for Christian Wilkins. Again, those helmets, guys, for you that are wondering, they're about 0.6 ounces, and they reduce the rate of concussion by 10%. All right. And then let's get into it. Here's Jerome Baker making a play on Mike Gesicki. And I think Mike Gesicki should have caught this football. Just my opinion. That's in your hands. If you slow it down by pausing, I'll show you. You got to make this catch, Michael. It's there. It's in his hands. Right? The orange are gloves. Baker isn't wearing gloves. You got to make that catch.
Put that on Instagram too.
You want to be making $13 million, bro? You better be making that catch, bud. I hate to be the one to tell you, Mike, but if you're trying to be paid like a top 5, you need to make those catches in practice. Okay, bud? Shout out to the Miami Dolphin fan. Here's Tua Tagovailoa hitting Mac Hollins for a touchdown on Noah Benogany. You see the coverage there by Noah Benogany. I'll bring it back for you guys. He's number 9. Noah making the wrong type of highlights. And then a nice dunk by Hollins. Attaboy. Somewhere right now, EM Dolphin fan is smirking like a kid in a candy store. Shout out to the homie EM Dolphin fan. Love you, bro, wherever you're at right now. All right, let's keep it rolling. Guys, here is a throw. Just a nice little out route. Just a timing route to this is just a timing drill out to Jaylen Waddle. Boom. Right on the money. Go up the sideline. Gotta love it, man. One more time. Again, this is a timing drill. That's why there's no one in coverage. There you go. Right up the sideline. Attaboy, Jaylen. Told everyone you were wide receiver 1. Now they all believe, and I love every single minute of it, all right? All right, let's keep it rolling before I open it up to you guys. So here is the throw from Tua Tagovailoa to Salvin Ahmed. He beats McKinney and he beats Javon Holland. Gets over top. Basically, he stacks McKinney, gets over top of him, and then blows right by Javon Holland. One more time for you guys. What a throw. Is that spiral tight enough for y'all? McKinney just got diced. That's my quarterback. One more time for y'all. Ooh. That's my quarterback, baby. That is my quarterback, baby. Woo! All right, now, time for the moneymaker. Time for the absolute moneymaker. It's so beautiful, and these boys are building. Let's see this. Albert Wilson. Ooh! 2 days in a row, baby. 2 days in a row, baby. Oh, right in the bucket, right in stride. Ain't no one saying it's behind him today. Ain't no one calling that a duck. Money in the bank, shorty what you drank. That's my quarterback. Albert Wilson, baby. Number 2 on his jersey. Number 1 in your heart. Attaboy, Albert. Let's get it, baby. Making me look genius. Making me look genius. One more time, because it's just such a thing of beauty. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I'm just saying. We coming for that ass. This season. We are coming for that ass. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All we need is this receiving core to stay healthy, and we need this offensive line to gel and have a good pass block win rate, and we are going to be lighting teams up, baby. We are going to be lighting teams up. I just dropped the link for y'all. I'm going to open it up for about the next 35 minutes. So there you go. There is the link. It's a beautiful thing, baby. This, this offense, that offensive line gels, look out. Okay, Tua about to take some names, baby. I absolutely love it, man. So shout out to the homie Albert Wilson. I love Dolphins that make me look genius. Shout out to the homie Jaylen Waddle because he's doing the same. And shout out to the homie Tua Tagovailoa because he's making me look the same too right now, baby. You can't stop me, even if you stop me, baby. Let's go. Oh, Rhino, what's going on, bro? Been a minute.
Up, boys? Yeah, man. How you been?
Not too bad. How are you? Logan, what's going on? Florida-born Dylan, what's up, boys?
What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
Dylan.
Just trying to unpitch this tent in my pants after watching those highlights, bro. Hold on.
Somebody better call the army because Tua got guns for days, boys.
All the trolls in their caves
Dropping
tonight?
bombs on these haters.
Bro, we're all the
trolls
haters
in
in
their
the
caves,
comments,
man.
bro. We're
They
all
all
the
in their
haters in
troll
the
cave.
comments.
They're all in the troll cave, man.
They'll come around as soon as he throws another interception in practice. So
Bro, that shit killed me yesterday. That fucking bomb and people, it's a duck, it's a wobble. I'm like, what the fuck are these people
Or it's
seeing?
behind them. He must have heard that. And then today he came out and said, here, take this.
It's just nitpicky. I mean, it was day one of on-field practice. I mean, come on. Like, you're just being super nitpicky.
Clump coming for the smoke.
Yeah. I mean, look,
I've tried to tell all y'all. Albert Wilson is the truth.
Yeah. Okay,
no,
bro.
Stop it.
Bro.
Stop it.
Listen,
Dude, I might just buy you a jersey. I just might buy you a number 2 jersey.
I'm getting out in front of this quick. I want to get my PR, my apology tour started now. I'm gonna start it off early, so I'm only gonna be in here for a few minutes. I just want to start the apology tour now. Albert Wilson, I was just trying to give you the motivation to be great, and it was reverse psychology.
Oh my!
Article coming tomorrow.
Yo, I gotta be honest though, he looks good. It's awesome. I hope he does great. The only thing that does scare me is he is the only healthy one right now. That's what scares me. I mean, that's not good. But hey, if he keeps balling, good for him. But I wanted to come in here and mess around. Reason. You know I love you, bro. That's hilarious.
You, bro. Yeah,
I can't wait to get you your jersey. It's gonna be fun.
Why Rhino's trolling you now?
Oh, it's all Rhino. Listen, bro. I've been trolled all day, bro. That's the nicest troll I got today.
I gotta tell you, I want you to keep on giving your opinions. Honestly, a lot of people are scared to give their opinions. That's what I respect about you the most, man. You just if you feel it, you put it out there. I like that.
I appreciate it, bro. I got love for it. And listen, Reason knows they're not gonna stop me, man. It don't matter.
No,
I don't really care. Listen, I see the whole thing today too. There's all those people saying I'm not a diehard Dolphins fan. I have made that known. I have made that known on here that I'm not a diehard Dolphins fan. Reason even asked me who I like more, the Florida Gators or the Miami Dolphins, and I said the Florida Gators. So
yeah, you didn't even hesitate.
I don't have to be a diehard Miami Dolphins fan to have an opinion on the Dolphins. That makes no sense. But you know what? It is what it is, man.
Is Omar a diehard? Is Armando a diehard? Is Barry Jackson a diehard? No.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
No, you don't want that.
That makes it more. Yeah, it makes it more objective.
Yeah, you're more likely
I like the
to be a
guys.
homer.
I like the people that are like, yeah, I'll stick to listening to Adam Schefter. He knows that Adam Schefter's not a Dolphins fan. Why does he get to report about the Dolphins? Come on now. It's crazy. I don't care.
Just please promise me you're not going to wake up and choose violence with Tua stands tomorrow morning.
No. Listen, I didn't even choose violence today. I wouldn't even have known anything was going on if you didn't send it to me. Correct or not correct? I had no clue, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, all I'll say is last thing here. I truthfully and honestly think it's awesome that Tua is looking so good just because I've said it 100 times. I don't know why people always thought I was a Tua hater. I hope he dominates because it's going to be so funny when someone like Colin Cowherd's going to have to go on TV and be like, well, it's because they gave him weapons. It's because they gave him no. It's going to be crazy. So
he's going to say.
Cowherd's going to be just like Clump. He's going to say, well, I was just trying to give him motivation.
I respect that. All right, listen, I'm going to head off, but I'm going to be listening.
All right, have a good night, boys.
Love you guys. Take care, guys.
Take it easy, brother.
See you later.
All I know is damn well know he's going to be shadow boxing after he got off that shit.
Bro, who's concerned that Igbenogany's out here allowing touchdowns?
I
don't want to see him. I told you I didn't want to see him on the field, man. I don't want to see him on the field.
Yeah, still getting burnt, man.
I mean, well, look, at the end of the day, and it goes to my base philosophy when it comes to training camp is things have to be proven, right? So like when it comes to a lot of the information that comes out of training camp, for me, I take a very super indifferent approach, right? Like I don't get overworked up by the touchdowns or the interceptions or any of that. Like it's practice, right? And so even the mistakes can be good because you can learn from it. So, that's my overall like approach to it. I don't get too hyped up one way or the other. Honestly, and Klump actually mentioned it there. To me, the biggest concern so far is the injuries. I know, like, and Will Fuller in particular it's supposed to be minor and he should be back soon. But again, going to the prove it, the prove it and the history, right? These guys have a track record of injuries, and now they're starting camp injured. And so it's like, well, at some point you gotta prove that you're not going to be injured and actually be here and available. So that's, to me, the biggest concern. Other than that, I mean, it's looking good, right? I'm glad that Tua's healthy.
My question is, do you think Preston and DVP high-fived each other when they got put on the pup list as soon as they walked into the facility yesterday?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're probably also sharing a room, chilling on the couch, playing Xbox, sharing an ice cream cone,
Then Fuller and Grant decided to join them from the receiving corps.
Well, Grant I don't care about. Grant can bring up guys' water bottles for all I care.
Hey, you know what impressed me the most today was the comment by Jaylen Phillips when they asked him if he's been talking to Russo about who's going to get more sacks. He goes, I'm more worried about beating them.
Oh yeah,
because I get more bragging right there. I want to beat them.
And if I was Jaylen Phillips, I wouldn't be more worried about getting more sacks than Gregory Russo. That's just going to happen naturally, right? Aren't you a Canes fan? You're a Canes fan, right?
Yes. And
dude, if you were to actually like, this is what I go over. If you go back to my prospect preview of Jaylen Phillips, right? If you go by his measurables and his college production, he is literally the third Bosa brother. Now, if you were to go over to Greg Russo and look at his measurables and how he performed at Combine Day, it's like in the same. I'm not even just saying this. It's in the same realm as like what Deion Jordan tested as and stuff like that, bro.
I'm letting you know, as a Canes fan, I was not unhappy when Russo left and Jaylen Phillips took the starting spot.
Yeah, Jaylen Phillips is way better. He's a way better athlete, more explosive.
Russo did some good things with his pass rush when he was there that 1 year at Miami. But Phillips is a pass rusher, a run stopper, an edge setter.
Yeah, he's more complete.
He does so much more
all
across
around
the board.
Yeah,
and he's superior in everything over Russo across the board.
And I'm such a perfectionist. I'm kicking myself in the ass that I had him as my number 2 edge rusher because I didn't know about Azeez Ojulari's combine. I didn't know that he had the knee and ankle issues because I said if you go back to that big board, I said the only reason Jaylen Phillips is number 2 is because of his concussion history. If I would have known Azeez Ojulari had all those question marks, I just would have put Jaylen at number 1 because he was the better pass rusher.
And he handles himself so mature with his interview. He is
smart. He's
so
smart.
Focused.
Yeah,
he's so focused on what he wants to do and what he wants to accomplish.
Bro, if he stays healthy,
Protect
bro,
that brain, bro.
Dude,
Protect that brain.
If he stays, I'm telling you, if he stays healthy, he's not far off from what Chase Young's going to be in this league. I'm not saying now. Listen to what I said. I didn't say he's going to be Chase Young. I said he's not far off.
Yeah.
And if he didn't have those concussion problems, he would have been a top 10 pick.
And I think that especially like you said, without those concussion issues, he would damn well. What was it? I think it was what team was trying to trade up.
Well, most of those concussion issues.
Denver, if he got into the from the. But what was he on, a scooter accident or whatever? Denver. If he reached into the 20s, Denver was looking to trade up.
Yeah, concussions though are not something that. How to say this? Not exactly go away, but they compound as they happen more.
Right.
Like so that's the concern with it is that it's such a serious injury to the brain. So we'll see. I mean,
but hey, the one thing about it though, ever since that accident, I've seen him. He hasn't
had a concussion since the accident.
No,
he has not. Drinks it.
Good.
Yeah.
He played aggressive, and I never saw him leave with an injury. Period.
That's the context that is always missed in the media. You get injured off the field with a concussion. You have 12 games you play. no concussion. That's kind of important, man. They lied to us all last year about that guy.
Yeah, because you didn't want to touch him with a 10-foot pole.
No,
because
I thought he had
an
injury in the game. I thought he had.
You know the only way they got him off the field last year twice.
No,
yeah, when he got thrown out. When he got thrown out. Because he just, that's what I love about him. He's so passionate, man. You know what I mean? Like, he's just such a passionate player.
I love that.
Never wrong.
He is the epitome of a team player. He will help everybody around him.
Yeah.
Now we just also have to see, how he adjusts to the. I mean, you mentioned.
Dude, he played linebacker in college and through high school.
Yeah,
he says it's just redoing it. He's relearning
well,
it.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, Barry Jackson was kind of underreporting there. You guys, you guys ran mostly a 4-3 base, but you did run your fair share of 3-4 in Miami, and he would be the edge. He would be I showed it, and he was the outside linebacker in that. He was the edge guy in that. Like, he's
just
played
not what
it.
He's done predominantly, right?
So they're not,
but he's going to be asked to do it a lot more here. So but he's done it. So
I'm not
worried.
He had
he's a smart player, and he's a good athlete.
So they're not allowed to wear.
Go ahead.
They're not allowed to wear those pads in the game.
With his hips. He feels comfortable turning his hips and in coverage too. He said, so I like that.
Yeah. What'd you say, Florida Born?
They're not allowed to wear those little pads on the helmet in the games.
I wouldn't be surprised if in a couple of years they try and introduce something like that.
CT was saying they haven't got a final decision yet. CT was saying.
Hey, Region, what did he run in the 40 again?
Oh, it was sick.
Here, let me look.
4 something.
It's like 4.5, right? 4.6.
Yeah, it was 4 something. Yeah.
Just memory.
Let me look at my notes.
I know he was fast.
4.56.
Name me not many tight ends are going to beat him downfield.
Bro, that's the same 40 time as Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
Dude, one of the most impressive plays I had in that prospect preview was when Trevor Lawrence got 18 yards up the field and he chased him right down, bro.
That was sick.
He hot his ass, man, because he was running for his
life. He caused a fumble on the play.
Yeah.
He caused the fumble. I think Bubba Bolden got credit for it, but it was actually him.
Yep.
Yo, he's a beast, man. This guy's going to be, I'm telling you, man, this guy is eventually going to be a double-digit sack guy.
I would not doubt him being defensive rookie of the year this year.
I think him, Jamin Davis, there's a couple guys.
Yeah.
And Parsons.
Parsons.
Well, hopefully that's the case. But, if X does leave, I mean, somebody's going to have to step up to do something to try and help replace some of the production.
That's the problem, right? Like, if X leaves, your pass rush is like, we will not be able to blitz as much as we did last year if X leaves. So this pass rush is going to have to be more organic and more impactful without the blitz. You know what I mean? And Noah, Byron going to earn every penny because that coverage he had rolled to his side is now going to have to roll to Noah's side. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to ask Byron Jones to travel a little bit this year if there's no Xavien Howard. Earn your money, buddy. If I'm paying you all this money and I lost X because of it, you're traveling, my friend.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
fucking
that's
$4 million.
That's absolutely.
I don't blame Byron for it at all. I blame our front office.
No,
yes, front office.
That's the thing, though, is they put Byron Jones too. To be fair, and look, I've said I think he's overrated. If I'm personally being honest, but to be fair to even Byron Jones, he's in a tough situation too because of all of this. Because now he does have to go out and prove that he's worth it, right? Like he's got to go out there and be like, especially if X goes, like especially in that scenario, because the defense will not be able to afford to get like blown over the top all the time because our corners and safeties are not up to snuff, right? So like he's gonna have to prove that he can handle that and that he's not just a zone coverage corner that requires having that over the top help, right?
Yeah.
Like he's got to prove that.
But think about how much pressure is going to be on Javon Holland now. Man. Now he's going to need to be up to, Bobby McCain really benefited from having X on one side, Byron on one side. You don't even need to tell them what to do. They'll just do, they know what to do, right? They're smart, high aptitude guys. Now Javon Holland, as that quarterback of the secondary, is going to have to be on his P's and Q's, going to have to know everyone's assignment, going to have to identify stuff, and he's going to have to be on top of Noah Benogany. Like, you know, and it's going to be a learning curve for Javon Holland. Whereas if X is there, it's a lot easier of a job for Javon Holland as a rookie. Where you're transitioning to the NFL. You know,
I don't even want to think about it. I just want them to get their thumb out their ass and give them his damn money.
Yeah, it's bad management to not sign your best players. Just like it happens everywhere. Like even like where I work, right? Like I'm a chef, but I'm not in charge of hiring. But like I have cooks that are like they carry the kitchen, and you ask them to get paid because they want to get paid, right? And then what happens? They leave. And then that puts everybody in a bad spot. It's just, Dolphins are doing the same stuff. Like there's always bad management in every corporate setting, it feels like. And they're making a big mistake if they don't sign X because Noah's getting burned in practice. Yeah, it is. And
it's there's going to be a ripple
It's like
effect.
the people in charge always think that they can get it done on the cheaper. And no, you need that solid core. Just pay the core, and then everything else around it will build up.
Yeah. But my thing
is my kickback is
one at a time. Go ahead, Ryan.
They took advantage. They could have taken advantage of him 2 years ago. They didn't. They gave him an offer. He signed it. He was paid well. Excuse me, through everything he went through. I understand why he's pissed off, but in his interview, he wasn't upset by Byron. He was upset by Iggy that they drafted Iggy. That's why I remember.
And then he called Byron out in his statement, though, bro.
Sure, that's fine.
He talked about his money.
Because it's a combination of all of those factors.
Yeah,
it's not any one specific thing. It's a combination of all of it, and that's why it's gotten to the level that it is because of all of these factors that are coming into it, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's a mess. I mean, they should absolutely do something. I'm still not convinced that they will. I mean, they're just all of a sudden.
I don't think he's going anywhere. I really don't.
You really think? I think it's too far gone, man.
Yeah,
I think
he comes out every day. He's a professional. He's coaching people up. He respects his team.
He's not on
the field. But he has an ankle injury. Come on.
One at a time. Yeah.
But he's not on the field now because of the ankle, which I don't find surprising at all. I don't think he's.
That's what Jalen Ramsey did to get out of Jacksonville.
Yeah, I don't think it. Look, dude. I mean, I would be surprised, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do, because I want him here, and the ripple effect I think would be substantial if he's gone. But I don't find it imaginable that this gets repaired. I mean, they've stonewalled him the entire time, have refused to come to the table. It's evolved to this point. The relationship is irreparable. And they're stupid to just prolong it. Really, the Dolphins are being even dumber to just prolong it every day. They need to get this done.
Maybe
as much as I hate to say that.
Maybe watching Iggy Noah get beat, and a couple of these corners getting beat in practice. Maybe they'll start thinking about what they need to do.
Even Byron got beat.
I think that takes effect when it's a regular season game. If it's a third game and people are getting beat, I think the leverage switches back to X. But I think they're going to gamble that it's not.
Emmett Smith in Dallas.
Yeah, exactly. Emmett,
they suffered. They signed him. Hold on. Let Ryan finish his point. Go ahead.
And my thing is, I understand that I don't think that they are willing to let him go for the reasons that Reason and many other people listed. He is key to this team, and I don't think they're going to give him up lightly. It's going to have to be a Tunsil offer, in my opinion. If not, they'll hold him out to next year, and they'll get what they can from him next year. He's valuable to this team this year.
Just to show you guys, here's the Waddle touchdown on Noah that Tua threw today. Just because they just shared it right now. It just came out.
I mean, they're playing a dangerous game.
Let me bring it back.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
Laggy, but it's all right.
That scares
Waddle's
me.
going to be a beast.
Look at that
super laggy.
Look at that spiral.
Yeah, it's laggy.
Super laggy.
So, like Jalen,
I see that spiral
I just want them to stop using him on returns.
I'll put up a little,
Waddle and Wilson are going to be deadly together.
I'll put up a little optimism on the X situation. Like Jalen Ramsey hated the Jags. Like, he hated that organization. Like, you could say X likes his teammates, right? And his teammates like X. Maybe there is
I think
some chance.
Let him finish his point, man. Instead of talking
maybe there's some chance where they can resolve this issue if they just pay him, because it's not like X hates the Miami Dolphins organization, right? Like, you don't, like Jalen Ramsey hated it and he wanted out. So, like, just to put some bit of optimism, maybe to Rhino's point, like, maybe they can fix it, hopefully.
Well, it's not even like what he's asking for is unreasonable.
Yes,
exactly.
That's what I was gonna say. He tried to meet him halfway.
Moving that $4 million to 2021 from 2024, that's the same money on the contract. And let's be honest, he's not going to be here when he's 31 in 2024 at the rate this is going, or guaranteeing all of next season. That's not unreasonable.
No,
I want to
Look, not asking for new money or a new contract.
Yeah, there's always a chance, man.
I want to ask Reason a quick question. Just kind of pick his brain a little bit. What do you think is like going on in the front office heads? Like, why would they?
Great question.
Move that, since it's
well, you saw what Armando said in his article. He said the injury history, and they have this thing about setting a precedent.
Okay, set a precedent.
The precedent to me is it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah,
no, we talked about it backstage yesterday.
Arrogant.
Setting a precedent. Okay, I would be more than happy to set one. If you become in the top 3 of your position in the NFL, we will take care of you.
Yeah,
I agree with that 110%.
I think on the flip side, the precedent they're setting now is bad.
It's ego.
I think what they're doing now is actually the bad precedent. Like, they're making themselves look like complete jackasses.
Assholes, more like.
They're playing a really dangerous game right now.
Because
not
anybody.
Why would you see?
I mean, that's
you're
fine.
trying to do this, but you haven't won anything yet. You know what I'm saying? You can't swing around.
I think you compromise. I think you compromise, like you're saying. Bring some money up from the back end. I understand that.
Yes, sir.
The precedent they're scared of is that you sign a guy, and after his first year, he wants to renegotiate. That's what they're scared of. Who am I to say that they're wrong?
Saying. I get that's what they're saying.
Yeah, but here's the thing. X looks at it as he's already played 2 years on his contract.
100%. And he's not wrong. He did.
And I think it's actually might even be bigger than them. What if the old boys club is saying, don't do this?
Oh, I'm guarantee you they are. The calls the GA. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Like, that's another thing, too.
Don't do this to us, bro. Don't do it to us.
Which isn't fair because, Darrelle Revis did this every 2 years.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, he was famous.
When you're
the Cowboys as a case study.
Go ahead, Joe.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
I was just saying the reason you said the Emmitt Smith negotiation, the Emmitt Smith negotiation. Remember Jerry Jones? And Jerry Jones has come out, guys. You guys heard and admitted that he screwed up with Jimmy Johnson, right? And when he looks back on it, that was just all ego, man. And we're seeing it right now, in my opinion. We've seen it forever in the NFL, right? It's sad,
you know what's nice, Joe? What's nice is that X is not holding out yet. Mm-hmm. That's the good thing.
Well,
he have a little
he kind of
can't afford it.
Yeah, he kind of is though. He's doing it. He's doing it in the way that he doesn't get fined because he's there, but he's injured now, right? So he kind of is, right?
It's hard to hold for a way out.
The new rules.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. It's exactly just what
Jimmy Johnson said. Like Jimmy Johnson said, I consistently treat everyone differently. And you know what I mean? You could take care of a star player. Exactly. So it's like, but it's the egos and things like that. It's like, we've talked it over and over and over, but you can look at X, and if another player comes at you, it's like, hey, were you runner up or top 3 for defensive player of the year? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think he get away with doing it. And it sounds like they weren't, we were thinking like maybe he wanted Ramsey money and guarantees, right? But now we're hearing it wasn't much at all. Just a little bit of guarantee.
I mean, I was wrong about that.
So it's a sad situation.
Because how could we?
We haven't really done. We're on the.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. The rise, but we really haven't done anything yet. You know what I mean? To be acting like this, right? We haven't even made the playoffs with these guys, and so it's Greer's got to get his shit together on this one, guys.
Oh, and I'll tell you this one, Show. If you think we're going into the playoffs and we're beating a Mahomes, a Lamar Jackson, or whatever with no Igbenogany, I got news for you, bro.
Not happening.
Ain't happening whatsoever.
Yeah, they get washed away losing X, right? So we've had improvement with X, but we lose X in a kind of like tit for tat, right? We better have a better pass rush, and we can't blitz as much. We got to change our scheme. It stops progress.
Can you imagine Flores losing his job because of $4 million?
That's what, man. Because how could we fathom? How could we fathom weeks ago when we was talking about this X thing that it was $4 million?
Oh my
holding
God.
this shit up. None of us could fathom.
That's the thing, though, man. They've been so fucking dead set on just like not even coming to the table with something as simple as that, right? Like, if they're not even going to do that, then what makes you believe that they're going to do anything, right?
Yeah. And like Reason said,
trade him, or
like Reason said, it's not changing the money, the total amount of money.
No, it's not.
It's just reality.
You know what he's also saying? You know what people are missing in this is, I'm going to pay David Cantor out of my pocket. David Cantor ain't making money off of you if it's the same contract and he's moving money around. He needs a totally new contract. So he's saying, I'll make David Cantor will be paid out of my pocket.
Jesus, how can you just be so stubborn?
And the thing I didn't like in the Armando thing, a small detail that people keep looking over,
crazy,
is when Armando said that apparently from what he's told, and this came from David Cantor's office, David Cantor, who's absolutely ripped us on social media before, was told back in January, don't talk about it, stop tweeting about it, don't tweet about it, and he stopped tweeting after January 11th, and we will sit down and we will meet you guys halfway in some way, shape, or form. And Cantor, as much as we all think he's a piece of shit, for Landry, for Vernon, for Paul Soliai, he stopped, and the Dolphins haven't held up their end of the bargain.
You want to know?
And like I said, this could be as simple as the old boys club is saying, "Yo, don't do it."
That's probably the biggest thing. Reason.
And you think it's a large part because that interview that X did, that show, where he said he was going to make the Dolphins pay double and the slap in the face.
I mean, I've already told all of y'all, if we are already starting to get a grip on what kind of person and what kind of coach Brian Flores is, okay, if he gave Lynn Bowden shit
that's crazy.
For that Tyler Dunn article 4 or 5 weeks ago when he didn't expose anything except how the Raiders operated, what do you think he's feeling about that? And I know people tried to call me conspiracy theorist a little bit, but Byron Jones in his last media availability, when he's talking about, it doesn't matter if I'm the first paid player of the team or the second highest paid player on the team. It doesn't matter if I'm first string, second string. I operate the same way. I work as hard. He was clearly making reference towards Xavien Howard and what he said on that podcast, bro.
Taking shots, yeah.
You know what's funny about this front office?
It's such a fucking disaster.
They pay.
It really is.
They paid.
It's not that bad.
They paid
I
six.
don't know.
It
right
is.
Good Lord, guys.
Go ahead, Logan. Go ahead.
They paid $6 million to get rid of Eric Flowers, but we can't pay $4 million.
Boom!
Damn,
That's
that
the truth. That's the truth.
You can give example
Like,
after
what are we
example.
doing? What are we doing?
You can give example after
That's a
example.
good point.
Of their
Good point.
priorities.
What are we doing?
Right? Their
That's a good
priorities are
point.
their priorities are not.
You get a
X.
gold star for the point of the night, bro.
Hell yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
You
There's
get
no
a,
debating that one. There's no
Damn.
debating that one.
Shit.
you get a powerful.
We're paying this guy to play for another team, and we can't even take care of our. Oh, wow, that one hurts, bro. Now I have heart palpitations.
That's so sad.
You can look at the Kyle Van Noy.
I take back everything I said.
Yeah, but Kyle Van Noy, they had an out. Kyle Van Noy, they had an out. They're paying Eric Flower to play for the Washington football team right now.
But didn't we do that before? Didn't we do that when we traded Tannehill to get a better draft pick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
they've done it a few times.
I gotta say this again publicly because maybe people didn't hear me the first time. Isn't it kind of crazy that Flores comes from a team where they had real serious problems with Ryan Tannehill? He turns around, trades him for peanuts, and then he wastes a second round pick on Josh Rosen. Who said that was a good idea?
Dude.
Fucking Rosen.
I mean,
you would have thought
worst.
that. Yeah, he's been here for 7 years and maybe he's extended his stay, but man, I've had problems with him. Maybe I can do something here as at least a stopgap until I find my guy.
You know, and you talk about the quarterback microwave thing or whatever. The Cardinals actually kind of started it, right, by getting rid of Rosen, but the Dolphins just took
Said,
that
"Here, hold
mantle.
my beer."
Yeah, and they
Oh,
just
nine
ran with it.
games. Oh, we gotta get rid of this guy. This guy ain't
Reason
it.
this is starting to hurt because I was like you. This is like the most invested I've been in a coach and general manager, and now it's in a long time, and now I'm losing faith in
It's
both of
hidden.
them.
It's hidden, ain't it, Todd?
Yeah,
It's
man.
like we
Well,
can't
it's still
get out
got
of
to
our own
play
way.
out. It's still got to play out.
Yeah.
I
Still
said I'm
gotta play
starting
out,
to lose
but-
faith in both of them, big time.
Yeah.
It's hidden, Todd. Man, damn.
I mean, but they got something's got to like stop the spiral, right? Like of all this.
And there's only
craziness.
one person
Winning.
who can do that. There's only one
Winning
person who can do
cures
that.
everything. Winning cures
does,
everything.
but at the same time, Ross needs to come in and put his foot down on some things.
It's bad, guys, but it's not as bad as some of you are making it out to be. I want
Stop,
next
Rhino.
year,
Stop.
Rhino,
and we'll
It's
find a
pretty
way.
bad.
All right, I
We'll
agree.
find
I
out.
agree.
You
Stop
think
it,
it
Rhino.
is.
It's frustrating.
It does lessen our chance to win. I'm
Listen,
not
listen.
saying the opposite.
Listen, right now, I'm loving this spiral of despair and misery. I love this.
Yeah,
shit.
but here's my thing. This is
But that's-
with all these expectations on the table. This is the last offseason to be fucking around. That's my whole point. Like,
It better be. It better be.
And it's our best
Oh, no, it's
player,
gonna get worse.
for God's sakes. You know what I
And
mean?
Rhino,
He said we can't
You guys-
afford this.
and the
can't
worst
afford
thing that's
it.
going to happen to them is if this is true and it's either $4 million this year added from 2024 or guaranteeing his money next year, they say no. They end up trading him, and we don't make the playoffs, and the defense takes a noticeable dip. Ah, that'll be the worst thing that could happen to them.
And look, I mean, obviously he's got to stay healthy, but wherever X goes, it doesn't even matter. Here's the thing, right? A lot of people I've seen like on social media be like, "Oh, X is going to get traded to a shitty team and he's not going to have a good season." If he's healthy, he's going to have a good season. I promise you that. Okay, whatever
Who
team
the hell's
he's
saying
on,
that?
if he's just
People on Twitter
random,
and stuff.
yeah,
Oh,
random
man.
assholes.
Drug
on
test those
social
mother.
media.
Well, people are
Yeah.
trying to justify. People are trying to like it's the
Justify
same
getting rid
people
of
that are out here saying, "Oh, Noah Monogany's gonna ball out. We'll be okay." It's like
We have
dude,
no idea. We have no idea.
Well,
It's
yeah,
called-
and
Yeah.
Xavien Howard.
Ridiculous.
Xavien Howard was a far more
Exactly.
polished product out of Baylor, and it took until year 3 when you started seeing this
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
He had injuries. That was it.
And
you
so
know what I
the-
mean?
The
Yeah,
reason
it's
why
slow
I'm
as
so
growth.
confident is because he's proven that when he's on the field, he does produce. So that's why I said if he's healthy, I don't care what team he goes to.
Reason-
If he's healthy, he
Like,
will produce.
think about what
Yeah,
Dylan's
yeah.
saying to a little bit to this extent. He's missed how much time since 2018, and yet he's a leading interception getter by like 4 interceptions since
No,
2018.
by one.
So give me a break.
No,
Give
22,
me a
and the
break, yeah.
closest to him is 18.
18.
I thought it showed it the other day.
18.
JC Jackson was right
At
one behind.
18, JC Jackson's at 18 because
He's
he had
generational.
9 last
Yeah,
year.
he was by one
Reason,
last
remember
year.
what you
in
said?
one season.
He's putting up
Again-
numbers, and he has only had 2 healthy seasons.
No, but I mean since 2018, he has 22 interceptions.
All right,
Closest to him is 18.
but he's putting up Hall of Fame numbers.
Yeah, the
and
thing
And he
only
missed
has
11
played 2 healthy
games!
years. Yes,
He missed
Yeah,
11
that's true.
games, bro.
If
Dude,
he's
if he
healthy,
didn't miss 11 games, he'd be at least 25, 26 right now.
if he's
And
healthy,
not
he
even
will
just-
produce.
Not
But-
even just
but-
the stats. You cannot lose
But
a
guys,
leader when you got such a young team, man. You got to value your leaders.
I got a lot of
Hopefully-
cards.
But I-
hopefully you
but-
get
but
something
I have
good,
to
Rhino.
remind
Hopefully you get
everyone-
something good.
when X signed his contract, a lot of us were confused. Okay.
I thought
Now,
that-
obviously, time has changed our opinions of that contract.
Yeah.
But we have to remember when we signed that contract, we were all scratching our heads a little bit. Same thing with DVP when he signed that contract. So
Yeah.
there's something to be concerned about. But I'm with you. $4 million. We can give $6 million to Flowers. Give me a break. That doesn't make no sense.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
look what we did to,
Like,
look what
I
we
put
did
a-
with Baker.
I
If he
put, I
was
put a
asking
hit.
for the world.
I'd put a hit out on Flowers so I can get that money back.
And then
Yeah.
pay
And like
X.
both of you
And then
guys
pay
said,
X. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Like
like both of
Jesus.
you guys said, is you know
Asking for the world. I
we're
get it,
mistreating
man, but
X.
just yeah.
Yeah, but Dylan,
It's
we're
just- it
mistreating
takes so
X,
little
and
to
here's
take
the thing:
care of
out of the beginning of what we've seen, and it's hard with the film that we're looking at, but how can we not be somewhat concerned when we'd heard some, from what we have anyway, that Noah struggled. The linebackers are struggling in coverage too. And the fact that, again, we don't know all of the circumstances, it's we don't know the formations and all that with the angles of what we're looking at film wise, but the safeties are obviously not doing a great job either. If Albert now has gone off on 2, middle of the field catches and ended up making them touchdowns. So what are the formations? Who is the weakness? What are we seeing? And that's where it's frustrating, because then you're like, this is where X is
Crucial,
our go-to man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have my concerns, but I'm just, for me, because I like to be logically and philosophically consistent, more whatever, to my principles. I just don't make, in training camp, I just don't make too big of a deal over either side. But yeah, I hear you. I mean, there's definitely the concerns, and that's the conversation.
Holland's also a rookie, right?
But we also have to take into consideration, it's well known that the defense always has the upper hand at the beginning of training camp or the preseason or whatever. So for them to be balling out the way that they are, for the offense to be balling out the way that they are, that means either our offense is going to be on fire, or without X in there, things are looking not so great.
Yeah, but Holland's a rookie. That's why he's getting beat over top. I mean, the guy's going up. Albert Wilson is like a 6-year vet and arguably the best route runner on our team, and he's legit 4.4 speed.
Not if you ask Omar.
And I agree, but what I'm saying with Holland though is and I agree, but what I was saying is from a lot of these angles, we also don't know the formations. What if it's Holland is not on that side of the field, on the crossing side of the field, so we don't know who, you know what I'm saying, like assignment wise.
Well, I would be surprised, even though the defense should be ahead,
give you all that context.
Well, I would be surprised, even though the defense should be ahead, that they've really put anything in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, and they've had some good plays too, right? They got a couple interceptions the other day.
Yeah,
I mean, they've had some pass breakups. I mean, it sounded like today there was
next week our opinion might change.
When the pads come on.
Pads,
well, even without pads, right? Raekwon Davis made Dieter look like an asshole. So,
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, as far as and the again, you would expect that again, the defense is going to be farther ahead than the offense at this point. That's all I'm saying.
We know Flores loves his DBs. Eventually, he might just say, "Greer, get this guy on a contract. Make this guy happy immediately." It may come to that, right? I hope so. But if these guys are going to be struggling in practice, how Flo is about his DBs, man.
I'm not so sure that relationship's all that great though either, right? Like especially because
Greer,
the Flo X relationship at this point, especially because the way he talks Byron Jones up and stuff, Flo, right? I mean, Reasons mentioned that. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully.
And like I told y'all, I asked someone.
Yeah,
about,
the music choices.
Yeah, I asked someone about him being on that pod, and I said, "Let me guess. Flores loves the player, hates the person with X," and I was told you're not that far off.
Yeah.
And then his comments about star players, right? So
that I showed, Yeah,
and X is literally the only star player we have currently. So, I mean.
So we're seeing a pattern here.
Yeah.
And just like
Tunzel, Mika, X. I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean,
all different.
to me, the evidence is overwhelming that this is.
Minku, I think, was a different story.
I get it. And Tunzel was a haul.
But like Reason said,
our best players though, they're not on the team.
But 3 All-Pro players now in 3
not on
years.
Miami, and that's all.
But here's what's even more interesting. Reason brought up earlier though,
for now,
is when they talked to Byron about it. Byron he played it the way Flores wanted him to play.
Yeah,
company man.
That's you know what I'm saying? That's what makes it interesting. Is again, like Reason said, that's a telltale sign there. That's a direct message.
I mean, like I said, to me, the evidence is pretty overwhelming. It sucks. Sad face.
I'm gonna pull out the ball game thing. I'm gonna hold on to hope until it's done.
That's all you could do.
Yeah. That's all we got.
Dude, I sent out a tweet yesterday. I said, "Dear baby Jesus,
Yeah,
Allah,
seen that.
Yahweh,
I love
Santa
that.
Claus, Easter Bunny." I mean, any deity you can name.
Tom
Vishnu,
Cruise.
I put Vishnu in there.
Tom Cruise.
Bro, like I prayed to
Help me,
every
Tom
fucking
Cruise.
deity, major deity you could name, and I said, "Please let there be a miracle on 347th Don Shula Drive." Like we need it, bro. Like
we do need a
we need it, man. I'm gonna stick to my guns because of the adjustments you're gonna have to do schematically. I do not think this defense will be top 10 without him. I'm sorry, man. Xavien Howard allowed you to blitz. Xavien Howard allowed you to blitz as much as you did, bro. Like
add in
Byron Jones came from Dallas, where it was a primarily zone / man, to now he's being moved to a primarily press man. You know what I mean? So now he's in the year 2 of that learning curve.
The reason,
So
don't you think Flo knows that, or you think the ego is I can make it work?
That's
it.
You know, ball game will be the first to tell you. Like all these coaches, it's I can make anything work.
Yeah.
Why do you think? Why do you think Flores takes on reclamation projects?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what I mean? Because he believes he can work.
Yeah.
Which confuses me about their whole concept of I want, the right character guys, but how many times have they gone and signed free agents or traded for, that one crazy kid, that they knew had issues to begin with, the tackle guy or whoever. Yeah. And it's like, but you guys sit here and preach to the public that you want high character guys. But these are guys you're going after. That's mixed signals, man. That's mixed signals.
I feel like EM, man, with the comments, dude. All right. First off, like someone's comparing Nick Needham and a bunch of people to X. They ain't replacing X. You ain't replacing 10 interceptions, people. You're not replacing 10 interceptions.
With
You're
two,
not.
with two people, maybe.
Two. It is about $4 million because he posted on freaking Instagram. He went halfway to meet the Dolphins. The Dolphins said no, we don't want to hear it.
He said he wanted to do it to where it's cap friendly.
So I don't know what you guys are talking about in the
man.
comments. You know what? I'm closing the comments.
No, that's the thing, right?
Calm down, y'all.
He's going into this, right? X is going into
like
this
X
is going into this looking for win-win. The Dolphins are saying "fuck you," right?
But we're
that's how
only hearing it from X. So we gotta.
No, but
have
it's
a grain of salt.
Exactly. There's
we have
always
to have a grain
three
of salt on
sides
that.
of a story.
There have been tons of reports and
There's
stuff
always
out
three
that the
sides of the
Dolphins
story.
are literally not coming to the table.
I
They're
understand.
literally
But
not.
it's also, but you got to take into account, Dylan. But you got to take into account, Dylan, what repercussions the Dolphins have to put the truth out there. Because again, there's three sides to every story. They have no outlet. They can't go public because that goes against their whole, we're not going to talk about it in public. We're going to keep it private. So even if what he's saying is not true, what are they going to do to disprove it? They're going to go against their own values and say, we're going to go say, no, he was really asking for this, this, and this. No, that's not going to happen.
I've seen them go against their values. When Brian Flores said, I wouldn't put him in because if he was my kid, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to rush him along. So I've seen them go against their values.
Well, there's time out on that.
And that's what I was saying is that's why it's so misleading. It's so misleading.
And the other thing is
right. This is gonna take a minute.
Yeah, the other thing is if they want to put something out, they will. If they want to leak something, they will. Right. So I mean.
But obviously, even things they don't want to know are leaked, and that's where again, it's so misleading.
Why would they not want it? Why would they not want it out in the public that they were coming to the table and having negotiations? That makes them
answer your own question.
That makes them look good.
So answer your own question.
Yeah, I mean, I think because they want to save because they're not coming to the table.
It doesn't make sense.
They want to save face.
No, it doesn't make sense. He's right, and that's the problem. They do go against their values in certain times. Sometimes they leak stuff. Sometimes they don't. We all know that. They obviously leak stuff. It's the NFL. But my thing is, like, when he said that about Tua, for all you know, there was something that happened the next 2 days why he decided to start him. I don't know. I don't believe it. I think he was just talking out of his butt. We're all human. We all do it.
It was a rough.
Okay, I mean,
no, I don't think he was talking out of his butt. I think again,
in the moment,
that was what he believed in the moment.
Well, that's what I've said. I thought that's what I've said. I thought he believed it when he said it. He got forced into being a liar in that circumstance by Stephen Ross because he made the call.
Exactly.
That's what I have said since it happened, and I stand by that.
In his press conference, the first one, he admitted, he goes, "This will be good to see Tua playing healthy during practice and games," admitting that he wasn't healthy in the game.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, it's like when he said they weren't going to trade Tunzel. At the time he was asked, they probably weren't. They didn't know they were.
They weren't. No, they told him.
Yeah.
They told him no, but then 3 weeks later we traded him. But that's because privately, Greer was telling people, "I want a historic haul for him."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he had all the attention. It's a negotiating tactic.
There you go. Exactly.
And then, but then Flores said, "Oh, about lunch with Tua," which was a lie. Then it's a track record.
Yeah,
I keep telling you guys that he just tells you what you want to hear. No one wants to fucking listen to me.
But you would think that
like a couple people
want to get caught in blatant lies.
Bro, a couple people up here know the bombshell that I said that I'm sitting on about him, bro.
This is driving me crazy.
I don't know it, so that's what makes me even more.
If people heard that shit, they would totally flip on Flores.
I just don't understand.
I'm already on the edge.
I just don't understand.
I just don't get it. It's $4 million fucking dollars. If what he's saying is true, it's $4 million fucking dollars. Stop.
These guys say whatever they
I don't think he's lying.
Let Rhino talk. They
don't lie per se. They just say what they have to say.
Exactly.
Now, is that lying technically?
Yeah.
Yes, of course it is. But I'm not going to hold it against them. I would do the same thing.
It's part of the game, right? It's part of the game.
I don't know.
Yeah, but the average fan is going to look at that and they're going to go, okay, we understand the PR, but at what point am I going to get the truth? That's the question.
All right, let's go through some final thoughts because I got to get out of here. Ryan, let's start with you, buddy.
Thanks for doing this, man. I looked at video today from a year ago when you were doing this. You did a great job last year, but you are so improved. You do a great job. And you do a great service for this community. I thank you. Appreciate Clump, I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. I sincerely mean that. It brings a lot of energy to this fan base. Ignore the hate. You got to do what you got to do. You're a journalist. And next week, Tua may throw 7 interceptions, guys. Just leave it where it is. It's in practice. It's preseason. It don't mean a damn thing.
Rhino called it.
And then the next day you'll throw 6 touchdowns. So
there you go. I like that.
Fins up.
Logan, your final thoughts, buddy.
Just this whole thing is just bad management, man. It's bad management. Like, you get rid of a player for $6 million, you can't pay your star player, and you're not going to replace that production. Like, if X goes, it's not the end all be all for the Miami Dolphins, but it is like, it's not going to be that top 5 defense, just like you're saying, and it's not going to be. Like, we'll have an improved pass rush, and that'll probably help the back end, but you still have Javon Holland out there potentially starting. He'd be a rookie. You got Noah Igbenogany, who, we all saw what he does. So
he's younger than most rookies.
Yeah, exactly. So
Jaylen Phillips is a rookie you'll be relying on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think they should. It's just silly that we're here when it could just easily be resolved, especially if a player wants to meet you halfway. But hopefully they figure it out. Hopefully there is some way where they can figure it out, or maybe they trade for something for the O-line just to make something positive out of this. But that's it.
Pyro, your final thoughts, dude.
Well, I'm not going to talk about X because I'm so sick of the situation. I'm so tired about talking about it. It's exhausting and just depressing. But I just think that, it's good to see the chemistry between Tua and Wilson, especially with Waddle. We all knew when they drafted him that they're going to pick up where they left out in Alabama. And, shout outs to Clump for coming up here and, waving the white flag and surrendering, bro. I got to give him credit. I didn't see this coming. But fins up and, we'll take every day as it goes.
Dylan, your final thoughts.
Yep. I appreciate having me on again. That's what That's what good people do, right? They admit when they're wrong. So,
Mhm.
props
Yep.
to Clump for that. Yeah, so I'm gonna actually kind of surprise everybody, and I'm not gonna do the doom and gloom today. Look, it was a good practice, right? Like I said, I hope that they do give Tua a chance. I hope the Deshaun Watson thing just dies because I want to see the kid fully healthy and everything and see what he can actually do. And so, I've said it again, training camp, all the stuff that happens in these practices, I just store away in my data bank. And when those preseason games come around, that's when I'm really going to be, seeing for myself what is true, what isn't true from all of the stuff from training camp and see how things progress and develop. So that's what I'm waiting for. Looking forward to it. Can't wait for it. We're only, what's like 2.5 weeks away. So it's coming up quick. So let's get pumped, man.
Florida born, your final thoughts, buddy.
My final thoughts are Tua's already showing you he's going to light it up and be the MVP like I've been saying this year.
Damn.
I hate that this X thing is happening. I don't understand the front office. I ran my head into this wall when I think about it. But I think Tua's going to show that he's the best quarterback in the AFC East, hands down. Fins up.
Ooh, real trash.
Todd, your final thoughts.
I'm impressed with the way Tua's come in. The offense in general. Surprisingly, Jackson. But, I'm just depressed about everything on the defensive side right now.
Don't blame him. Don't blame him.
Show final thoughts.
Hey man, thanks for the content. I was trying to catch up and watch your your video and all that. Great stuff, man. I'm stoked about seeing the guys working. I'm stoked about Tua and progress and having a true off season this year that he didn't have last year. I'm excited about that, man. I think the X thing will work itself out. I think I honestly think they're making him sweat it. They want to see how he responds, and that will be their excuse. That will be their excuse.
That's a big move, by the way.
I know. I don't like it, but I just feel that's the way it's going to go. They'll work it out. I kind of feel that way. I hope, but it is what it is, man. It's the NFL, and this is the shit that goes on in the NFL. All right, man. Fins out.
Chris, your final thoughts.
First off, always awesome reason. Thank you. And everybody smash the like button. It's all knowledge on this channel. And I agree with everybody up here. Minus Florida-born, I love you. I don't think he's MVP per se, but I am looking forward to an absolute incredible season.
He could be Dolphins MVP. How about that?
Yeah. Well, you hope
There you
so.
go. That's a little bit more realistic.
You hope so.
You muted reason.
Hope for the moon.
Oh, yeah, you're muted.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night at 8:00 instead of 9, back to the normal time, and we'll rock it again for training camp. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go hang out with the wife for a bit. So, everyone, have a great night. Stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. And as always, it fins up all day, every day.
Take it easy.
Peace, guys. Fins up.